Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome to the Application of Knowledge Podcast. I am Animated Mel. We have Chris James and Stephen Michael, and we are on episode 101, Thug Motivation 101, baby.
101 is 11. 11 is a master number. It has everything to do with feeling.
You've been studying numerology a lot, huh?
Yes.
Because you've been bringing it up a lot.
Yeah.
What have you learned about numerology so far?
What have I learned?
Yeah, that you're, because a lot of people don't know about numerology and, and the impacts that it has, or the meanings of it. So what is?
I mean, the basics is that math is the universal language. So it transcends English and everything else. It comes before, it supersedes everything. It was the first, the numbers, and you can find it throughout the design of the entire world and the quote unquote universe. And breaking down that code and understanding that code, it's like you want to figure out the algorithm so you could get viral videos and viral hits. It's like figuring out the algorithm. It's a cheat. Yeah. Because you understand the mechanic, the fundamental mechanics. So for example, 2024 is a year of karma and money. You're either going to get a bag in 2024 or you're going to reap what you sow. Shit. And so those people who have been putting out bad karma for, X amount of years, this is one of them years where the potential of them reaping that is going to happen. And there's also people that are 8 life paths, which are either going to get a bag or they're going to get karma or both. And it's really rough for them if they're putting out bad energy, because they get it back even more. They get it back instant. So when you're 8 life path, you got to be careful about how you treat people. But if you understood that, then you would know, let me treat people well, because you get instant karma. It's not like a question or a guess. And with numerology, you have these enemy signs. So you have the year that you were born in, and at the complete opposite end of the spectrum, there's another year and another sign, and those two are your rivals, your natural rivals. It doesn't mean you got to hate them or
it's an op, basically.
but to be more specific, like you could actually be friendly with this person or this thing, this animal or whatever, and the energetic frequency is not good, so it's just not going to be good for you. It don't have to be about your feelings. You could love them, you could want to spend time with them, but it's going to always cause problems. So it's important to understand these types of things, because if you're born in a dragon year, which 2024 is a dragon year, so anybody who is a dragon, this is their year. This is your year to come up.
What are you?
7.
No, like as far as my
life path?
No, that's the Chinese.
If you're a dragon year.
I don't know the.
I'm a rat.
You're a rat. I'm a rabbit.
I don't know how to even figure that out.
What year were you born? Let's see.
86.
86. What was that? Chinese zodiac year 86.
I'm gonna do something dope.
Chinese.
They're all dope.
Zodiac.
Here's the crazy thing about it. It also helps.
You're a tiger.
Rawr.
So you would have came up with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate is a tiger.
Yeah, 2022 would have been like the most recent time.
Would have been my year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you did. You had.
I had a great year. It wasn't my best. You know what?
Yes, it was.
No. Well, in overall, I'm thinking finances. Last year was my best year, but 2022 was a great year.
It was a great year.
Health, fitness, I traveled. Yeah, 2022 was a great year.
The things you accomplished in 2022 set you up for 23. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
But so yeah, you it's just really like if you're a dragon and you have a dog, which the dog is the enemy year of the dragon, you want to get rid of your dog.
Oh shit.
And we have tested
dog as an animal, or that's my dog.
As an animal.
That's my dog for sure. Hold on. What's that? Y'all seen that meme where dude be like, that's my dog. You know what I'm he's like, that's my dog for sure.
Maybe.
Yo, y'all see that?
I don't think so.
Y'all niggas see that? That'd be like this little like Hispanic dude. He be doing that little dance.
I might have.
I've seen maybe the dance, but not with that.
Okay.
Yeah, not that song, but the.
Y'all niggas seen that.
So yeah, man, we could use this information to help us navigate the life. I mean, you could use it for finding a mate. So instead of
Shit.
now,
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Now-
honey dips.
here's the thing: you got to actually talk to women. You can't, right?
See, look. These niggas
What?
always throwing shots.
I'm just saying.
Nigga, don't say it in the fucking numbers. Hey, you gotta talk to the women.
You
know what
actually-
I mean?
you actually-
It's
He said,
my
don't,
year,
said
son.
don't say the
It's my
numbers.
year, son.
Don't say the numbers.
I mean, maybe I could be in a position where they can talk to me. Feel me?
No, seriously though, this you're a dragon.
You're a dragon?
I'm a rabbit.
Oh,
You're-
sorry.
okay. I was about to say, but you have good energy this year though. So there's friendly signs, there's friendly years. So like when it comes to energetically, dragons are obviously number one. Rats are like number 3, I think, this year. And I think it might be monkeys are like 9. They have not, their energy is almost peaked. So monkeys is great years for monkeys too. Monkeys, rats, dragons. I mean, it's a great year for all of them. And I think I want to say rabbits have a little.
Ooh, these only come around like every 12 years?
Yeah.
Dang, I ain't gonna have another one for a minute.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do for the next 11 years?
That's what everybody always asks. You're just gonna keep grinding. The thing is,
I'm just joking.
Hey, just keep grinding, man.
Yeah, just keep grinding.
no, but people really do ask that. So like the thing is, you keep living your life right the way you have been.
Keep living your life like it's going.
It's just that you know that there are certain years you can prepare to do things like big things. You want to get married, you want to build a house, you want to start a business, you want to do something major in your life. Do it in your friend year. Do it in your year.
Oh, but you said the friend year is the so basically kind of get 2 years out of those 10.
No, well,
and 12.
I'm saying do it in your year or friend year.
Oh, okay.
Do you
it's
think
a-
this? Do you think this
you
is
get
true?
4.
Do you think this is true?
No, it's true. I'm
Oh,
testing it.
even I just read the tiger personality. I said, oh, that's me.
I'm testing it. You
Because
look-
a lot of people are skeptical
the
when
day-
it comes to zodiacs, when
Yes.
it comes to astrology and things of that nature.
That's because them women try to
Them
use.
women?
No, it's true.
No,
I
it's-
instantly blame the women.
It's true. You don't hear men do this, but typically you hear women blame relationships or
Like, oh, yeah,
their
he's a Pisces.
their
Okay,
personality, right? Or all that because of the zodiac, and it's just like, well, no. Here, there's parts of this that y'all don't understand. There's levels.
Mm-hmm.
So you can have a Taurus who is, naturally stubborn, right? We're naturally hot-headed, right? Or I'm sorry, not hot-headed. We're naturally calm. I just read hot-headed or something else. But very stubborn, right? But we're also very stable, can be stubborn, but stability. So we like nice things. We're materialistic, right? And you can see this in the stuff that I do. But if you understand that about yourself, then you can use that to your advantage, right? So you can, I call it a ascended or ascended, level of that. So if I know that I'm stubborn, then I intentionally have raised my awareness to pay attention. Okay, I'm stubborn, right? How can I use this to my benefit, right? Like, okay, well, I'm going to use this then and say, I'm going to start something. I'm not going to give up. Or I'm going to use this and I'm going to, say, well, I'm going to get in the gym because I want to get a certain way. Or, like you can use that to your advantage and people be like, oh no, I can't deal with you. Y'all don't listen. You're a Taurus. Y'all don't listen. Y'all bullheaded. Da da da. Yeah. Like you don't even know me, and I understand why you think that because I'm a Taurus, but you don't know me.
Like y'all have the same traits, but you're not the same people.
Yeah, we're not the same people. There's still all kinds of.
You're talking, and you're just talking about sun signs.
Yeah, we're sun signs.
Like,
right.
That's just one thing.
Right.
And the crazy thing about it is, the women and the sign thing, they're not even looking at the right sign. You should be looking at your Venus. What is your Venus? You got to ask a man what his Venus is.
That's the love house.
Yeah.
Placement.
So if you're asking a dude like, oh, what's your sign? Oh, you're a Sag. Oh, y'all are like this and that. Okay, but what's my Venus? That's the one that you should care about.
Venus is primarily love.
It's love.
Relationships.
How you present love, or
Okay.
I can't. I think mine is. I think mine is.
Now,
Mars.
I do want to say this too, because
Mercury.
people might be listening and they might be intrigued, right? I need y'all to understand, it's 80% of the stuff out there is garbage. That's the reason why I was never interested. I'm interested in it because I found someone who teaches the real stuff. That's why.
Plus, also be clear, you're talking about numerology, not specifically zodiacs.
Correct.
Which they can kind of intertwine, but numerology is different.
Supersedes zodiac.
Yeah.
That means that if we look at numerology, if we look at zodiac and we say, oh, these things are true about you based on your zodiac, the numerology can come through and give you even more precise detail.
When I did my life, one of my friends, she's very spiritual, and she posted something about life path, something. And I was like, oh, she was like, this is how you figure it out. And I was like, oh, I've heard about that, but I've never done it. Right?
Combining the birth date.
Yeah, it's you combine the numbers and you have to add certain ones. It's easy. I just don't remember what it was. Chris knows it, but I did it, and I was like, okay, I'm a 7, and I'm just like, oh, that's dope because 7 is my favorite number because my whole name.
That's his favorite number 2. That's some bullshit.
My whole name is 777.
When do you start like 7?
I'm telling you.
Steven, Mike. Okay.
So my whole name is 777. So that's why I've started to that was my favorite number.
When did you like 7?
Oh, this is years. I don't know. Probably before we started gambling. So with Tyler.
Oh. Okay.
So 2021. It was like, okay, I care about this. This is years ago. So we used to go to the casino, right? And then I would put 17 because there was a 7 in it.
You should get 77 tatted on you. It would make.
I'm not getting. Okay. I don't have a desire for tats. I mean, I'm not against them. I mean, there's health reasons that I'm just like, nah. But there's certain
getting your life path tatted on you does enhance the energy.
Okay, interesting. Did you know that, or are you just saying that?
I should. No.
I
ain't getting no tats.
No. Okay.
But now Chris said he's like, so
no.
Answer
my question.
Nigga, if I say it's fuck me, if Chris said it's okay.
No, answer my question.
It's different levels.
Did you know that?
Fuck with me.
Did you know that, or did you just pull that out of your ass?
Me.
Answer the question. Okay, you've been answering my question.
But let me tell you something else that's cool. You can also get other numbers tatted on you. So because like your life past 7, that's slated, can't change that. But you could sleep with a girl who has a life path that will benefit you, or you can get certain numbers tatted, or you can pay attention, do things on certain dates and times. Like it's levels to this,
and so you can impact them.
You can use them to your advantage. So even if you don't have the number that you want for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want that 33 energy. You could go and find someone who's a 33 and spend time with them and build a relationship with them. I
think that was Corey's, either Colin or Corey. No, Colin's favorite number was 21. I think that was Corey's favorite number, 33.
Mel,
I feel like it's such an odd number to be your favorite.
It is.
Like if you just don't know, if you're just picking it, it's just like, yeah, I'm 33, man.
Yeah, it is.
Such an odd number.
Maine's was 9.
Usually it's 1 through 10 or 1 through 9. People choose their favorite number. Mel, do yours. Get 3. Your calculator. Oh, you already did it.
Yeah, I'm 3. My life path is 3.
Do you know what that? So
I don't remember it by heart, but I looked it up.
So my life path is when I was reading it, I don't remember everything. Like I have to really start like going back. But I was reading the synopsis, and literally I was floored. Like I was going down this rabbit hole for like the next couple hours. Reading about it, I was floored. I said, everything here is me.
Yeah.
It's like they literally took my life and said, this is you.
Nigga, that's the exact same thing. Like, I think a few years ago, there was some book that had the year I was born, life path number, and everything. And I'm just reading this. I'm just like, nigga, this is who I am. Even some shit that I don't even, like, express, but just mentally keep in. I'm just like, nigga, it's literally describing my thought process when it comes to a lot of shit.
Oh, I would like to see that so I can understand how you think.
I'm a creator. I'm a creative person.
Oh, okay.
And that's what a lot of things that was mentioned in my life path.
That makes sense. I'm a teacher.
Yeah.
I grow, and my life is better the more I go inward. So the deeper I go into myself, and it's how I grow. And if you know my story, and I talk about how I suffered from loneliness, like that was my crux. Like that's what caused me to start drinking. That's what caused me to be trying to go out and get girls. Like I suffered from loneliness. And the interesting part about it is that the thing that I felt was the thing that has driven me into darkness was where I needed to go to get better, to be alone.
And that's what it's all
Nigga,
about.
so you were destined for darkness.
I had to get there.
He was born in the darkness.
Boy,
Baby.
when did he say, you adopted the darkness? I was born in the darkness. Like, so like I had to get lonely to get out of loneliness, and then I started to dig into myself, and then I started to learn so much, and I instantly started growing rapidly, exponentially.
Yep.
So you'll see me talk about growth and go inside of yourself, and that's why I teach this stuff, because is it going to be as groundbreaking for everybody? For me, maybe not, but it is still groundbreaking because a lot of people don't go inside themselves. They're afraid to look inside.
Well, think about this. You start learning numerology. You understand it. I did a call. I did a consultation, and it just so happened that the woman gave me enough information I could figure out her life path. And in real time, I changed or I adapted to how I was speaking to her to suit her life path.
Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah, see, now I'm about to start learning.
That's crazy.
Oh, like a client.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow, that's dope.
I mean,
That's amazing.
It's smart.
It's very useful.
I do the same thing, but obviously not in that way, right? I'm gathering information so that way I know how to speak to them.
Well, that's what we always do, right?
Right. Well, that's what.
But with this, it's a concrete science. Like, I typically will get their age because it's on my form. How old are you? I don't get their year, but it just so happens that I could calculate the year from the age. So all I really need is the day that they were born, like the month and the day. And it just so happened, I think she was talking about wanting to do something before her birthday. Oh, my birthday is this. So I said, she's a 4 life path. They like law and order. They like structure. So when we were talking, because he was like, oh, should I get a coach? It's like, I don't think you need a coach. You just need a set of directives to follow. Because that's how they work. She don't need a coach. I just tell her to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
You could have said that. That's crazy. You just took money out of
Like you could have said, "Hey,"
know
but
what I
you know
mean?
what?
That's
That's
wild.
dope,
You
though.
just-
No, that's actually dope, though.
I'm just joking.
I mean, like, hey, you don't need this. Like, the option is there, but you don't need that.
Yeah.
And I think that's smart to be able to help someone learn or take in information the way that they're most comfortable doing it.
Absolutely.
I think that's more beneficial in the long run.
That's why I'm interested. I can apply this stuff in real time and get real outcomes. It also, once again, there's numbers that get along really well too. Like kind, I think traditionally does get along. So I'm a 1. So I'm going to get along with 1.
That's your life path of 1?
Yes, I'm a 1. I'm a 1 and I'm a rat. Those are both the first
Zodiac.
the first zodiac and the first life path number. So I'm so leader. Like I'm so like, and it makes sense. It makes sense. But Mel, you're a 3. I'm also a 3. I have 3 energy because I was born on the 21st, 2 and 1, 3. So we're both communicators. We're both entertainers. I have a creative side. So I get some of that energy as well. So you got to blend them both. It's not just your life path. You have to also take your day. You're born on the 11th, right?
That's a 2.
What? No, 11's
They just
11's a
keep-
master number.
So they keep, okay.
So you're very emotional, and yes, you are.
Yeah, I'm a very
And one of the obstacles of
I ain't
the
soft. Don't get it twisted.
nobody said that. Some of the greatest athletes are 11s because you have to use that emotion and harness it into your skill set. But 11s have to learn how to manage their emotion. But you have very strong 11 energy, so you need to understand that. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, nigga,
Yeah.
I need to learn more about that.
This is what I'm
man.
saying. Like, and it makes sense, right? Like, it makes sense.
You know, when you talk about, see, this is something it's getting me excited. When you talk about numerology, because I know that you've been digging into it, and
Yeah, that's more than digging.
no, I mean, I'm saying like you've been studying it. Now my path of study in the health is shifting. I got some classes I'm about to start taking. But my spiritual side, like I told you guys, I'm listening to Billy Carson, and it's just like
forbidden knowledge.
It's so interesting because like when I take everything and I run it through my filter and determine what I like and what I don't like. And I don't necessarily have a hard stance on his information yet, right? But a lot of it makes sense. And then when I hear stuff about numerology, and it's just like, well, how do people in these days and these years, and then how are they slated this way? It almost is like when we were designed, created by the creator, whoever, God, whatever you want to call them, him, whatever, that him, they.
Wow.
You.
I wouldn't trade by no
It's almost like it was intentional. Like, no, you're created in this particular way, and these are the things that you have, and then on this day you get a little bit of a different essence, and then on this day you get a little bit of different essence, but all of you during this time frame all have this similar, I don't know. Like, does that make sense?
173.
Just where did your mind go?
Oh, I'm just thinking of our life path numbers. That's it. That's it.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Mal he just.
I know. I'll be in my own world.
This is why I said I have to understand the way you think, because I'm asking a question. And you said 173.
I heard you ask a question, but I didn't listen.
This man was on a different planet.
Let me say this. And now this is the beauty of the way I research, because I research holistically. Like, that's what I believe in.
Yeah.
So I'm taking the numerology information, and you're saying, okay, it's almost as if we're imprinted with this energy. Okay, well, what are we born in? Water. And one of the things that I found about water is that you can imprint frequency on it. So the frequency of the earth when you are born is imprinted on your water, and it's copied out and to you at the very time that you're born. The water is you. Like,
some people, I don't think some people are going to put that together.
No, how would you?
No, but we just talk. We're vaguely, I guess, talking about three different, very big topics, and then tying them all together, and it's just like it all makes sense to me.
But you have to understand the topics, right?
And they're all their own world in and of themselves. And I think this is what's so powerful about holism or holistic wellness. It is the whole. It is the full part, which is what typical medical science doesn't do, right? This is why they're missing stuff, because they may be specialized in something. They're really great at this, but then it's like, all right, doc, well, my back hurts as well as my heart. Oh, I got to send you to, a back specialist, or I got to send you to a cardiologist, or I got to send you to an oncologist, or I got to send you to, I don't specialize in this. Like, you have your general practitioner, which has very basic knowledge, which is good knowledge, about the body and its general functions. But then, you have all these specialists, and I don't have a problem with specialists, but I think that if they were all, they're not going to learn it because they don't want them to. But if you learned about how the body works on a holistic way, when you start connecting the mind, the body, and the spirit, the energy force behind it, and things of that nature, you start to really kind of understand. And I just find it crazy how, if I was, and this is just my mind, I guess, I can't take myself out of it. If I was to say a nurse, I would instantly start to think about, well, how does, like, when I hear about holistic wellness and the natural side of it, I would be like, well, let me start learning about that too, so I can start connecting these dots and make my own, and there's women that do that. I mean, nurses that do that, but a lot of them don't. And, they are just in this, no, I went to school for 6 years and I'm an RN and I learned how this works and this is how it works. Yep. And I have the receipt, or I have the degree, because they're the same. They're the same. Yeah. The certificate. They're the same thing. Your degree is no different than a receipt that you get from like Walmart, right? Saying, I purchased this. I purchased this education. That's what a degree is. It does not mean you're smart. It doesn't mean that you're intelligent. It means that you have a set amount of information in this field, and this is my receipt showing you that I have information in this field, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But we have to understand that that is not everything. And it doesn't matter what your degree is in or your certification or your license. There are other things that impact it, and it would be very knowledgeable to then learn about other things that impact what the thing that you want to focus on. So it would be stupid of me to be like, well, I teach fasting and I teach weight loss, but then I don't learn about how weight loss or fasting affects the spiritual man, or how it affects your mentality, or how it affects you emotionally, right? And then start learning these things. Or after fasting, and then it's like, well, I teach fasting, and fasting cures everything. You don't need herbs, and you don't need juice, and you don't need to eat whole foods. You just need to fast, right? That would be stupid of me to think that I only have to learn because I have certifications in fasting, right? Like, so, but that's what we see, and it's very destructive in our medical field.
I want to learn more about numerology, so I can pinpoint a lot of things.
About yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I like to learn more about me. You know what I mean? It's me. It's me, baby. You know what I mean? I want to learn more.
I'll point you in the right direction. I'm actually heavily considering upgrading my membership. I've got a membership to the Academy, GG33. So that's the only place you're going to get solid numerology information. It's a lot of the other stuff is going to have a lot of errors in it. It's not going to be, because what Gary has done in order to obtain this information is he's paved his own way. He said he started off reading the books, talking to the top guys in the field at the time, which a lot of them were women. And he was like, the math wasn't mathing. So for example, and this makes sense to me, right? So 8 life path or 8 energy is money. It's a bag. It's other things, but that's one of the popular things. So he asked the guys or the women, hey, 8 is money. They're like, yeah. How come you don't have your prices in 8s? He said they take a long pause. Oh, I never thought about that. He said at that moment he threw all the books away, because application of knowledge is power. How are you going to teach something you're not even doing it?
Subscribe.
You know what I mean? So when he started talking like that, I'm like, this is why I've always been turned off by it. Subconsciously. Like, it's like, it's intriguing. I know there's something there, but it was never really attractive to me until he started talking about it, because he gets it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's like, you go to his stuff, all of his prices are in 8s. Why not? Why would you not do that?
Yeah.
So it's not hurting you.
Yeah.
To put it in an 8. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I check, all my prices are in 8s. I'm about it. Like, all my prices are in 8s now.
Make some adjustments. You know what I mean?
I was saying the same thing.
Shit, how much is my course is $800.
That's not what
$888.
That's not what he said.
That is not what
That's like, what was like 161 is the price or some shit like that?
So that would be
that'd be 8. Yeah.
Okay, I got it. All right.
I was when you said that, I started thinking about mine, and I'm just like, did these add up to 8? No, I'm like, no, they don't add up to 8. But I did know that. And but I think that I didn't understand it. So like my app is 4988, right? So I was like, well, let me put some 8s in it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think that I saw that somebody was talking about Walmart, and they were like, do you see Walmart is changing their prices to 8s? Mm-hmm. So they were just like, 98 cents, or instead of $4.99, they were $4.88. Mm-hmm. So they started doing things. So I was like, okay, well, at least let me. In my limited information, I said, well, let me just change these to 8s instead. Mm-hmm. So at least it's like, well, there's an 8 there.
Yeah, 8 energies in there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah. I sent you a birth date I want you to take a look at when you get a second.
I know whose birthday it is.
Take a look at her life path number, see if you can figure that out real quick.
Oh, you sent a birthday for him. You just did that now?
I just sent a birthday.
Oh, okay.
I just want to take a look and see.
So you can investigate, see more surprises.
I want to, I want to take a look.
You want to communicate effectively.
I mean,
have you heard of the Enneagram?
And yes, I don't study them though. Yeah. People be like, "Oh, I'm an EFTJ." I'm just like, bro, it doesn't.
No, it's different than that. That's
the-
that's a personality thing.
What is the?
This one, it's
Hey man, what is you got a? Is that a pentagram? The star with
these
the
are
circle.
types. Like
Types of
if
what?
you're a reformer, a helper, an achiever, an individualist, an investigator, a loyalist.
What's the name of the?
Well, this app is called the Enya app, but I can't like one of my.
I'm pretty sure we're talking about the same thing.
Well, no, you're speaking on like because I know what you like the ENFTJA type or whatever.
Yeah, but they're broken down into names like that though too.
Okay. Maybe it's just set up differently.
Maybe.
Or maybe it was explained to me.
Or maybe it's
differently.
just okay.
But yeah, that one it's just like it was introduced to me last year because it was 2023. So I wasn't too familiar. But the personality types, I'm familiar with. You got his number? Uh-oh. Let's see what's the number. Let's see what we got, baby.
I got the number.
Got the number.
Here's the thing.
It don't. Chris said it don't
You see that
align.
everybody ain't the same.
Everybody ain't the same, so don't take this.
No. Gary gatekeeps this particular life path. I don't know anything about it.
Wow, he gatekeeps it.
Yeah.
Is it his?
No. You have to pay. You have to pay to learn about it.
Oh.
What
So
life path is it?
she's unknown right now.
What's the number?
9.
Number 9. Lucky number 9.
One of my favorite herbalists is a 9. Mm-hmm. He's an amazing person. But there's also some 9s that are very not amazing people.
How you feeling about your 9?
Stalin was a 9.
Stalin.
Who the fuck is that?
He was the. I don't know if he was the basically the president of Italy. Stalin, was he Italy? No, Mussolini, Russia.
Okay.
Come on,
Wait.
history buff.
Damn, I'm trying to think. I know I should know this.
It doesn't even matter. What was he famous for?
He was in the World War. He was I think he's
He's a
Russia.
dictator?
He killed a lot of people.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's got to be
My
Russia.
nigga about to get taken
That's what I was
out.
thinking.
Yeah, former Soviet Union, Stalin. Yeah, yeah, they killed a lot of people. And then when they when they took over, like in World War II, when they were fighting Germany, they started finding out how. So they didn't find out until like the concentration camp until the end of the war, when they invaded Germany. And then as we're liberating Germany, people are finding these camps. And then so Stalin, in America, they weren't, we weren't as gruesome as they were, but they were just like, kill all the Germans. Like they're and there's plenty of stories about that, but they were, you knew as a German, you don't want to be captured by the Russians because they don't care about prisoners of war. They don't care about the Geneva Convention, all this stuff. They were just like, we don't care. Treat them bad. They're terrible people. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's even more, but he wasn't a good person.
So maybe you could just do your own research when it comes to the number 9.
No.
Yeah, but the way Chris talks about Gary, I mean, he's the. But I'm sure that you can get a general sense of the type of person.
Okay,
Like-
she has a lot of family energy in her.
Okay, I could see that.
She has a tremendous amount of family energy. She's born on the 15th.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 6. 6 is family. And also, the way she gets to 9 has a 6 in it. So she has a lot of family energy. So that's a good thing. She's also an ox. So year of the ox.
What's the ox?
It sort of looks
It's
like
the
a Taurus.
Chinese. It's the Chinese.
I know what an ox is. How dare you? How dare you? And I feel like you insulted me.
No, I just saw it looks like a bull. I was like, oh, it kind of looks like a Taurus. That was in my mind.
It does.
I wasn't trying to.
So does
They do, they do.
but so does an Aries. The Aries looks like a Taurus too.
Yeah, oxes are
She's
actually
Aries.
my secret friends, I think.
Your secret friends?
Yeah, there's like levels.
You have secret friends? Who's these niggas?
No. Clearly, they're oxes. My girlfriend.
They're oxes. Oxes.
Yeah, right.
My bad. No
Oh,
smoke,
I got
man.
questions.
My
I got
bad.
questions now.
Oxes and rats. I think they're compatible. So every sign has compatible. You don't want to marry someone in your enemy sign for sure.
Okay.
But
she ain't your enemy, right?
There's a 7 and well, no, the ox and
it's a tiger and the ox.
7 and
I
9.
don't think they're against each other, but
Maybe they on the same side of the war. You know what I mean? It's always love and war. You feel me?
I don't know. But Gary, he's the one that brought this information out. So you've got these numerologists and people talking about this stuff, not acting on it. It's like it's the same thing with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey's a dating coach or something, someone said one time. But you've been married 3 times. It's like that doesn't add up. You know what I mean? So he's like,
oh, an ox should marry a rat.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Rat smoker.
Hey,
Yeah, man, we out there, baby.
no, this makes sense with our regular zodiac because the Taurus and the Aries aren't the best compatibility, but they're not the worst. We're just in the middle.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
You never want to take. You always want to take this stuff with a grain of salt. Of
course.
Because we're just looking at one factor. However, when it comes to numerology, you want to give that a little bit more emphasis because you don't want to marry somebody in your enemy. You don't want to marry an enemy sign. And you don't want to marry someone that's compatible with you in an enemy year. So there's things to take into consideration. You can make stuff work, but maybe it'll just be a challenge, uphill battle. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. That's dope.
Y'all ready to move away from the numbers for a bit? Get a little exotic. Well, not exotic, but a little dangerous. Did y'all? Because I want to talk about this last week, but we talked about a lot of stuff last week. The judge. Y'all see the judge? They got attacked by the dude.
I've heard about it.
Well, that dude jumped over. He was like, "Oh, nah, fuck that."
Yeah.
And he jumped over and tackled her and attacked that woman. That was insane.
Yeah.
In a court hearing, dude was sitting there calm, pleading his case. He was like, "Yeah, I think I should get less time because I've really been putting a lot of effort and hard work in. I just got my apartment, but apparently this guy has like a case of schizophrenia. He has a lot of, I guess, anger issues or so, and so this judge immediately was just like, yeah, I think we're going to go a different way. We're going to, you had a lot of chances, and so she was about to give a judgment, but this nigga said, "Oh nah, shut the fuck up, you tripping," and then like you can see it happening slowly, and she's looking down, then she looks up, and you just see a nigga just flying at you like,
like I can see that happening because
if he's schizophrenic.
That's not no. I'm saying the fact that he got up there and got to the judge.
Oh yeah, sure. I mean the bailiffs they don't expect none of that. Usually they look very overweight and out of shape. You know?
They don't. Nothing usually happens, but they're there. Just their bodyguards. They are there because if something pops off, they will be there to react. Yeah, but they're not proactive. Now you sometimes will have like a sheriff or something bring in the people if they're already known to be a danger, right? But the actual court police, bro, they're all overweight. They're all just. I feel like those are the jobs that you get after you put some time in, and they're just like, yeah, man, we're taking you off the street.
Chill.
Watch this briefly.
Oh, he got up there quick.
Yeah, he leaped.
He better get his licks in because this is the only chance he's gonna get.
Oh, I didn't see all of this.
Like they're holding.
Oh, he's on her ass.
Look, she's still.
Where's she at?
She's on the ground getting stomped, probably.
And he's punching her.
Oh, they're punching him. Oh, I didn't see all this.
Look, he can't even hurt him.
He can't. Like, nigga, you can't do anything.
He punched him like 15 times.
Bro,
I didn't see all that.
That's insane. In a courtroom to a judge happening. Nigga, what are you doing that?
He's an athlete. Because
those are
they're high.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not only did he didn't just slide across, he
went over
and
on
down on her.
It looked like he jumped on a trampoline.
Yeah.
Bro, that is insane.
He got on her ass.
And it's not funny that she's getting beat
Man, fuck
or
that,
just
man.
getting hurt, but it's a scenario where it's just like, oh, you said fuck the judges?
Man.
I know the judges because they I mean, you have probably had more experience with the judges.
What you trying to say?
Nigga, nigga, you've been locked up.
He's saying, see, you might be a little biased.
Yeah,
is what I think he's saying.
That's a better way to say it.
Yeah, you might be a little bit more biased.
I mean, sorry, go ahead, continue your
No,
point.
go ahead. No, finish. No, I was just saying, just like, it's not funny that the woman is getting beat or that she's getting hit, but it's an unexpected scenario. It's just like, you have nothing but like, wow, I can't believe this is happening. And it's unexpected. It's just an unexpected thing, you know,
Yeah.
but also being in the position of, I guess he would be the defendant, or I'm not sure.
Yeah, he'll be the defendant.
Being in the position of the defendant, a lot of times the judges don't give them a lot of leniency.
No.
And they just, you know, they want to throw the book at you and they want to make an example out of you and make you feel lesser than
that's
what
how
you
they
are.
get paid.
Here's my issue with judges in general, right? These are people that they have the ability to go outside of the law. So let's say now they will have maximums and they have minimums, but their minimums aren't really minimums. Their maximums are maximums. Okay, so when they throw the book at you, you know he's supposed to get 20 years, and the maximum the law says he can get is 20 years. You normally don't get 20 years. If you get the book thrown at you, you're gonna get 20 years, right? But the minimum, let's say that the minimum is 1 year, right? You can get 3 months in jail, 3 months in a mental facility or like a rehab,
Yeah.
and then 6 months on house arrest, something like that. So they can give you the year, but they can break it up and they can make it, you know, or then they can give you credit, additional credit for time that you were in jail. Like there's a lot they can do on the bottom side to provide leniency, stuff like that, right? But judges, they don't really focus on that. They just it's a job to them.
So there's no
And
emotions involved to like care about the case.
how I mean, like I'm not saying all of them, but but how can you bring emotions into every single one of these cases? This is what you do. And they've been a prosecutor at some point. They've been law school, like they've been doing this for 10, 20 years. That's how they became a judge.
Yeah.
How can you be emotional when doing that job?
Yeah.
Right? Your heart is going to be like, oh, I feel bad for this person. You can't do your job properly. Right? So the reason that, yes, I'm biased is because I don't think that they don't truly realize, and they can never truly realize unless they've ever been through it, right? What their
Decisions or
what their
judgments.
decisions do. Now, if you have somebody who is a extremely violent offender, right? I'm not talking about these people, right? Someone murders somebody, you know, you hit somebody with a car, you know, violent offenders. I'm not talking about them, you know, and I'm not talking about people that have mental issues and such and such and such, right? I'm talking about just people that are sober and making violent decisions. They rob somebody and they hit them with a gun, and they were sober, right? I'm not talking about these type of people, but for all the other things, right? You're homeless and you get picked up for robbery, or not. Let's say not robbery, for theft. So robbery is I'm stealing from you, or I'm breaking in and I have or armed robbery. Theft would be I go into Best Buy and let's say I stole something, a charging cable,
a flower,
or something.
Like, nigga, you steal roses?
Worth enough money so I can, let's say that I'm homeless and I got to steal money to try to pawn it so I can make money, right? Things like that, they're taken into consideration, but they're not, you know, like, because you start getting too many of them and the law says, well, it doesn't matter. You have to get more and more time, right? But when
they don't look at the reason why you're doing it. They're just looking at what you're doing.
Correct. Now, of course, it is the job of your lawyer to say this is the reason, but it doesn't really factor in unless you're going before a jury, which then the jury decides. But for something like that, $500 theft, no one's going to get a jury. You're going to plead. You could do what's called pleading out, which means the state or is going to say, we want 3 months in jail for the $1,000 theft, and then your lawyer, the defendant, would say, no, let's just do 30 days probation, right? And then you come to a consensus and say, well, no, let's do this. Let's do 30 days in jail and then 6 months probation, and then we'll we'll just agree to disagree, right? Will you accept that? And then that's when you plead out. You say, I'll accept that, right? And there's still not even a good deal when you do that, but it's not you fighting back, and you just are guilty or no contest.
So you're okay with him attacking the judge? Or you're just like, it is what it is. You have no You're like the judge in this case. You have no emotions attached to this.
Bro, I don't think that violence in and of itself is good. I mean, I don't know if she was hurt.
Oh, based on that video. Hey, but she did come to work the next day.
Yo, they got on him fast.
Yeah, he didn't. If he when you jump over and you get on her, I mean, you may have got hit once or twice, but you know what I mean? She's
not with any real force.
Yeah, because he gets on her, he fell on her, but from then it's just you're tussling. It's not like you're boxing. So
she was probably like this the entire time.
I mean, I put it like this, man. I don't know the situation. I don't know why he was there. I don't know. I'm biased, but I think it's hilarious. I don't personally feel bad for her, and I'm sure that there are plenty of times where she overdid it. She came to work. Maybe she was on her fucking period and she was having a bad day. And she just decided to give somebody an extra 5 years or an extra 3 years or an extra 1 year on top of a sentence just because she was having a bad day. And it's just like, you don't realize what a year or a year and a half does to someone's life.
6 months. 3 months will ruin your life.
I mean, you're talking about when the stuff happens, you can have all this stuff in order. Your whole life is in order. It's happened to me. Right? You have a car, you have your family, you have credit cards, you have a job, and then they pluck you. And then life still goes on. And then what happens with everything else?
Yeah.
Right? Now your car is repoed, your credit, all of your bills go behind. Now they close your cards, and now all this stuff happens.
Yeah, that makes sense because Andrew Tate, he was even speaking about while he was in prison or locked up, he was more worried about his family and people that he took care of financially because he's not actively there to help them. He wasn't even worried about himself,
right?
Because things are still moving.
And I can understand, and I can understand that. And I would hope that he had money, maybe to other people or whatever.
I think he had friends that would make sure.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Tate's already influential, so like Justin Waller, you know what I mean? These guys have they're friends. Bro, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I'm sure Justin probably would have made sure.
Nah, man, I'll make your families okay.
I mean, that's probably how they're able to make purchases because they're still banned on Airbnb and all this stuff.
Yeah,
but they're still
not that they've been.
Well, I think that he got.
I
don't know, but the last thing I heard, I was watching a live. And he was like, "Yeah, we're waiting for the judge to make a decision today on if we get our cars back." And
well, that part I think they were able to get back or so.
Did they get their money back?
But that part I don't think is in control of the judge because that stuff is by the powers that be. They can't, they can't be on social media.
They can't be on social media.
Yeah, only thing they can have is Twitter. They can't have Facebook. They can't have. It's just sort of
who this is what I'm saying.
Not by the judge, but by the powers that be that just cut them off from everything.
He's saying that the elite
are saying
you can't have access to money. He's getting payments either through crypto or having other people, that's within his clan support him.
I got you.
So
yeah.
But did y'all also see the picture that they showed of the guy now, after that? Because he had to go back to court.
And I thought they gave him the same judge, right?
Yeah, he went to the same judge, and they got him like this, but they have a bunch of police officers around him. Yeah, and they have his hands
he should be locked. He should
covered, hands covered up, and he's shackled and chained and stuff like that. And there were some people just I don't like the optics of this.
Yeah, he looks like a slave. He's But this is if a lot of people saw these things and knew, they would be like, this is crazy. Bro, I saw so much stuff and I'm just like, bro, the way that they treat you, you're not human.
Yeah.
Well, you're not. And, look, man, at the end of the day, this is a system that we allow them to do this stuff to us.
That's because no one knows about it.
No one knows.
They don't know.
Understands. I get it. But also, unfortunately, that doesn't mean it's not our responsibility. So, You know, a lot of people don't know you can actually settle out of court for virtually anything that's like non-violent. You didn't kill somebody. You can settle. I mean, I think even on murder cases you can settle actually.
Financially.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's high level stuff nobody knows about. Like, it's stuff no one knows about. You don't even know to ask the judge, how much can we settle this for?
That probably would make sense if like people that in like celebrity world or who are in the upper echelon when it comes to finances in the world, that they don't get charged.
They just settle. Yeah.
Wow. So everything has a price to it.
Everything has a price. Because look, man, this is not about justice. You know that.
Yeah.
It just has, because if this was about justice, if this was about helping people, keeping us safe, all those things that people think it's about, then when you have the guy who's homeless that stole so he could feed himself, they would say, okay, you did a bad thing. Cool. We understand that there's a punishment for that. However, here's some resources for you to get out of your circumstance and get you back on your feet. Duh.
They're not looking to help.
And they say that, oh, we got, there's resources. Them resources are bullshit.
Right. Well, let's be honest. They're not anything that's going to help anybody genuinely, because these people need holistic help. Like, you know, it's not even just an apartment, because they're going to still do the drugs. They're addicted to the drugs. They have to go through rehabilitation. They need to have mental evaluations. They need to start eating clean, good food. They need to be educated about, you know, water and things that are going to help get their mind crisp, so that they can function and get back on their feet. They're not doing any of that. So
this guy, he was already, because he comes from a foster home.
There you go. That says a lot right there.
Right. And I guess because I think his foster mother or foster parents was saying another reason why he was probably this upset is because he was just getting things back on track as far as like improving and getting better.
Yep.
You know, he got his own apartment and he realized that he has mental health issues and that he's taking the steps necessary in order to, you know, counteract those mental health issues. And he has schizophrenic, he's schizophrenic, which is, you know, something that my brother has, you know. And so you have to set up situations where you're able to combat that, and he was just getting to that point, and then the judge reacting that way, and so you can kind of understand the reason why he would probably.
What did he do? Do you know what he did?
Yes, prior to that, these were his charges. Prior to the judge, he was, I think it was battery of a protected person, battery of an officer, battery of a prisoner, intimidating a public officer. Oh no,
I'm talking about what he originally even got charged with to be in the situation to get
that's
these.
all with the
yeah. Battery of protected person, just the judge. Public office, that's judge. Battery of a prisoner, officer.
Let's see. I'll see if I can look up the prior.
Because you know they're gonna hit you with every single.
Oh my God, he's cooked. Like, yeah. You attack a judge, like, bro, you can't. A public official, protected person, those. But he did it because whatever he realized, I'm already fucked. Like, he was like, I'm already screwed.
He gets up to 4 years in prison, and now they're saying he's facing attempted murder charges now.
For that? That's them just.
That's them.
Yeah.
I gotta find his name.
That's them doing what they do. So, interestingly enough, you know, we think that the judges and the lawyers are two separate entities. They're all the same.
They're all the same. They all hang out together. They after the court, whatever, they'll go out to lunch. And the judge, the lawyers, the prosecutor, they're all the same.
So your lawyer that's supposed to be defending you is having lunch with the judge and the prosecutor. Like, yeah, it's like, no, it's 3 against 1.
Yeah,
that's how it actually is set up.
And it's just like, well, how can we? Well, we know what we need to get out of this. How can we what can we come up with so everybody wins?
Right.
And everyone can be happy. We all three can be happy.
Right. We all three.
We don't care what, you know, hey, listen, when you get him to plead guilty to 10 years, he was originally looking at 4. Now he's getting 10. And it's just like, when you say, like, people don't, like, it's really hard to grasp, but when you say these numbers, when you live it, it's like, bro, that's someone's life.
It's kind of hard to find
in this moment
prior charges, but I did remember them. They were all based around his attacks
Okay.
His mental disorder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
So
was-
he was looking at some years anyway. Then.
Well,
probably.
maybe like I think like a year because he was on probation prior to that.
Oh, he was only looking at
So
like a
he
year.
broke
or
his
something?
probation.
Yeah.
And then he got back, which means
Which
it's
is more time.
more time.
Yeah.
Because when you're on probation, you get in trouble. You get more time. Like,
But it's like, but why are you keep punishing this man and you know he's mentally ill?
The best situation or the best thing to do in those situations was to get him some actual help.
Get him help, like
instead
that.
of punishing him for the things that he can't control.
which
like
is
that-
and
Well, that's my point. Like, it doesn't make sense logically.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly, they're not trying to help you. They're just trying to take advantage of you. Period.
Just punish you. That's it.
Like I haven't seen anything because a lot of people they were upset about those optics. That little slavery thing. I was just like, bruh, dude getting 4 years.
I mean, I already knew. I knew that was going to happen when I saw what he did. You can't go into a courtroom and attack a judge and then
Yeah.
come back and expect to not. I expected him to be in constraints. So like the wheelchair thing, they'll tie his hands down, tie his feet.
Yeah.
Put a thing over his face so he doesn't spit. Things of that nature. I've seen that before though. You know.
Yeah. So did y'all hear about the tunnels that were in New York? That Jewish people, they had tunnels in New York.
This is recent. Mm-hmm. Jewish people.
Mm-hmm. It was like there's a video you just see a Jewish guy coming out of a tunnel. And it's just like where the hell is he coming out of this tunnel from? And then
I didn't know he was Jewish.
He probably had a
nigga, he had the
Yarmulke.
curly hair.
Oh, okay. He looked like a rabbi. He had
Right.
this right here.
He had the curly hair.
With the little-
he had
with
a
the-
hat on. He had a suit, and he was coming out of a tunnel. This is all in New York, all in New York City. And the reason why this tunnels got discovered is because I guess someone called the police, and then they was like, "I'm hearing all these noises or whatever," and then they found a tunnel, and then the police got there. They got inside the tunnels, and you just see a slew of like men, Jewish people dressed up in suits, and they all start running because the police are invading this stuff. And then
What?
you start seeing like there's like beds everywhere, and it's like literally underground.
An underground like world.
Yeah, and it's like, and then it started getting invasive because they said it's next to a children's
Oh shit.
type museum or
Here
whatever.
we go.
But then you see like there's beds and like twin size beds, and some of them have stains and stuff on it. And then some of the accusations are saying that this was used for trafficking.
yeah.
Like a lot of this was done for trafficking. And it, honestly, without knowing a lot of information about the particulars of why, because they're still uncovering things, it would make sense. If it's happening underground, they have beds that are trafficking children. To me, it would add up. And like, there's still stuff and reports that's coming out about it. And I guess the counteract to it is that it's not what it may seem like, because the people who got found under the in New York in these tunnels, they were like 19 to 20 years old.
No, it's exactly what it seems like. It's exactly what it seems like.
You think it's like some
It's-
shade? It's obviously
Well, it's-
something shady.
The most obvious answer is usually the right answer. It's exactly what it seems like. Now, obviously, what I mean is the optics appear it to be, well, we're stealing kids, right?
Yeah.
And da 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 da. But which obviously could be something much more disgusting than that. Which maybe it's not just kids, and it's just, whatever. Why do you? This is, I don't know. I have no information on this.
Yeah, I mean,
To go off of anything. This is crazy.
that's wild. And I'm thinking like, man, maybe this is, I don't know, man, because it's 2024. It's the year of the election, and already since we started in January, shit has been happening. We have the Cat Williams thing, and now they're talking about a new disease that's supposed to be spreading in 3 days.
Oh, it's about to be released like an album.
Because they was on Twitter. I know y'all aren't on Twitter, but it's called Disease X. I don't think it has a name yet, but
I think I heard it.
But they're saying it's like 20 times more deadlier than what COVID is,
Oh,
So
geez.
basically nothing. It's not deadly at all.
or maybe I don't know. That's what they're saying.
Eight also represents karma. So a lot of this stuff seems like, oh, it's just whatever, a distraction. It could be karma. It could be them finally getting their just desserts as well. So it's hard to say at this point. The year technically hasn't started yet.
Oh, because the Chinese year starts.
Yeah, it starts in February. But like Cat Williams flushed out a lot of people.
Because even Cat Williams, based on the interview that we seen with Cat, that he's an intelligent person.
He's smart.
He's well read when it comes to
Absolutely.
a lot of information. And he even said during that interview that a lot of things will be uncovered this year. Like the truth shall come and all that stuff. And also, Chris was right with the dates or the ludicrous thing with the movies. Like the 20
what
movies,
part?
$10 million.
Oh,
we got it backwards because I watched it.
We got it backwards.
Yeah, we got it backwards, and Chris had to get it right with the amount of movies and the money.
So there's 10 more movies coming, something like that.
Yeah, because we said 20 million, 10 movies.
Yeah.
And I watched the interview, well, just that particular part. And
It's 20 movies, 10 million?
yeah, 10 million each movie. Yeah. That's what he said. So, but they said the synagogue secret tunnel mattress prompts frenzied speculation.
When was this?
This was maybe about a week ago. Yeah, but there's a lot of speculations that, on Monday afternoon, police made 10 arrests after clashing with a group of men in the Shabbat Lubavitch World Headquarters, 770 Eastern Parkway in the Crown Heights section of Brooklyn, that was reportedly trying to prevent an unauthorized tunnel linked to the building from being filmed. The NYPD spokesperson told Newsweek that a group of individuals unlawfully entered the building by damaging a wall through the Shabbat Lubavitch headquarters, condemning the odious actions and pledging an investigation. So it's like they remove walls and stuff like that. Maybe it's like an underground hidden stuff, but just having a group of people, Jewish people in New York, it's shady business, bro.
It's shady.
Like,
why? If it's not shady, why are you doing it
like
underground?
what we underground for?
Right?
It's
You don't
like,
have access to that. You don't own that. Like, matter of
They
fact,
probably do own it. That's the funny part.
you're correct. They probably do. What I'm saying is that whoever owns that building would own that underground space, but they probably because them niggas own everything.
I would be very surprised if this went anywhere.
I would too. But I think that because social media and how things get picked up now, it probably hit the news. But I haven't heard about this. It should be even bigger than what it is.
It should be. I was seeing if anyone mentioned it on like Facebook, but I don't think anyone mentioned
I have not seen a
haven't
lick
heard
of this.
it. It was heavy on Twitter.
And it's a week old? That's crazy.
Yeah. Like the Jewish people, they were found with tunnels under the ground. Jewish people. To me, as soon as I hear Jews under the ground, I'm like, whoa, wait a second. What
y'all doing under
What y'all doing underground? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, once again, if you own the news media outlets.
Correct. I have not seen a lick of this.
Let me see if I can find a video that speaks on it a little bit, just so you have a good idea. I'll just click this one. See this one. Fucking and shit. This is, I guess, the police in there.
They're underground?
Yeah,
Or that's a synagogue?
that's underground.
What?
Let me see if I can do that. Oh, they're coming out. That's out from underground. This is the one where dude was coming up.
Whoa. And he said, hey, man, what are you doing? Oh, this is real. This is that should be on mainstream news. That should be that, bro. That's That's kind of creepy.
Ain't it?
Yeah, if you don't know any better.
They have a whole world under there. That building that was that looked like, and these long tunnels, and this dude is literally coming out of the sewer. It looks like.
Yeah, like Ninja Turtles. Like
Yeah, like, bro, what are you doing?
I've seen and read and heard so much. None of that surprises me. I mean,
It's not that it's surprising. It's just like, ew. It doesn't. It gives me the.
They didn't show the bed in there, like, because there's another video where they show like a bed and has all these stains on it.
Were they colored like they were like?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they look like, nigga, what is this bed down here? What is these stains? Where's this tunnel? Like, bro, what is happening down here? You know what I mean? So I don't know. I guess more will soon to come to the light.
I'm gonna have to pick that up and follow it.
Or not, or maybe it'll be buried. You know, who knows?
It's already buried. We should know about this. This should be on the news. Like, this should be over your timeline. That's crazy.
That's wild.
Way more than Cat Williams.
right.
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Definitely.
Now, someone did say, I don't know if y'all seen the videos. The white people were like, bro, what are they doing? It's a distraction because of the Cat Williams thing.
Mm-hmm.
They are wilding. They're like, listen, people, you can't be this dumb. Think about it. What are they distracting you from? This Cat Williams, it's got the whole black community up, and remember, they're trying to, it says something like, whatever hurts them hurts us. Like, we have to be diligent. We got to pay attention. And they weren't giving any facts. It was just, think about it. Just think about it.
Give me something to think about.
It's like they're not giving you. I'm like, bro, you don't understand our culture. So
Right.
from their standpoint, I get it. But then you show me this because I did keep an open mind about it. I'm like, okay, if I was from the outside looking in, I might think the same thing.
Yeah.
Because his interview broke the internet.
Yeah.
The second most viewed video in
Of
YouTube
all
history.
time.
In YouTube history.
Wait.
He's
what?
just underneath Joe Rogan.
And Elon Musk. Yeah.
Wait. That video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The second most viewed video.
What's it at? Like 44 million or something?
Yeah. It's
Well, so even videos that have been out for 10, 12 years, like,
I think it's the podcast though, Mel. It's not like the most viewed video, period. It's like in that podcast
It's
space.
I guess the amount of views that he got in time.
yeah.
Because,
That
they
makes
have
sense.
like, remember that?
It's at 44 million?
Sexy ladies.
Yeah.
That's like in billions. And like Taylor Swift videos, those are billions. But when it comes to videos that have been viewed,
that's the viral score. Like how quickly they get picked up, and then how fast they get to certain views. That's the virality of it.
Yeah.
So
that's number 2 of all time in YouTube.
Wow.
Number 1 is Elon Musk and Joe Rogan.
Is that when he smoked weed?
Yeah, when he smoked
Yeah,
weed on
goofy
Joe
stuff.
Rogan. Yeah.
I mean, Joe Rogan's the biggest, so.
Yeah. And so, yeah, but the thing is, like, with Cat, like, it's more than, because people wouldn't understand if they're not within the hip hop culture. You know? They wouldn't understand, so there's different levels to it. Now, recently also, there was this discussion about DEI. You familiar with that? Which is diversity, equity, inclusion.
No.
Or so. And Elon Musk and Mark Cuban, I know you're not too fond of, he was speaking about how he is with DEI. And this is basically sort of how what's that law that's in place where you have to hire people based
affirmative action.
Yeah, affirmative action. He's like with that. And Elon Musk was saying, well, you're racist then. Because if you're going to hire someone based on their nationality or their sexual whatever, and not just because they're a capable person enough to do the job, you're being racist. Mm-hmm. And which would make sense. And so him and Elon Musk, Mark Cuban and Elon Musk, they got into like a back and forth where Mark Cuban was talking about there's benefits to having inclusion and including people within your company just simply based on their race. And I'm just like,
wait, what?
Yes. And
well, yeah, because you get, I see the benefit. You get, if you got a Mel working for you, old Mel. why instantly put your, you know what I mean? Like now, like maybe Mel can bring something to your company, or you can look and say, look at Mel, he's doing a great job, and we put him out there, and now people that look like Mel want to now buy your stuff.
Which I realize is the stupidest thing that you could do when it comes to a business that's trying to scale or actually provide quality.
Yes.
Because a lot of times, if you and this actually speaks to what's happening, what has already happened in the world with the plane, that plane that just recently with the wall that got the 737 Max. The people who work for Boeing, they are in alignment with DEI, where they will hire a person just because they're a woman, just because they're black, just because they're a particular race, but they will exclude any of the qualities that come along with, you know, the safety measures that's needed in order to ensure that, hey, these things are not up to code. And a lot of the Boeing, they have hired people simply based on that, and a lot of those people has been tied to that plane. And so it was 5 years.
God.
It was 5 years that they said Boeing didn't even do like proper inspections on those type of planes, and so like companies like Southwest and I'm not sure if it was American, but I know Southwest, they had, hey, whoever had these Boeing planes, we need y'all to go investigate and see what's happening. And then so they even found some of the planes that was on Southwest had some of the issues that were on the 737 Max.
That are in service.
And so they said, hey, we're going to fix this shit. So fucking don't have those planes in service and let's fix this issue. And this all is in alignment with the DIE, because you're hiring people based on their race, based on what they identify as, and just including people instead of hiring people
that are qualified.
Who are qualified. And so what do you think? Do you think Elon Musk was tripping, or do you think that Mark Cuban was the one who was actually, you know, speaking truth and trying to include people who aren't necessarily qualified?
I'm gonna make this simple. I'm gonna make a very, very broad statement that I don't like making those. But when it comes to jobs, hire the best qualified person. Period. If this person can do the job better than me, hire them. Like if they can do the job better. Now, I'm not even talking about experience, because experience can cause a disparity, because it can cause a disparity. But if I have the qualifications and maybe I have the experience, but I don't have the receipt to say that I can do this, hire the best person.
Yeah, for that.
So that can kind of go both ways, right? So you can have two qualified candidates that have the same degree, and then one has a year of experience in that field, well, right? But then have a conversation with them in the interview process and see, this person sounds like they'll be able to do this job better. They understand the job. So I go with the best qualified person holistically that would do well for your business and aligns with your business model and can help grow your business. And I would hope that your business is looking to do well for people and do, but yeah, I don't agree with it. Like I don't agree with affirmative action. I don't agree with diversity hires. Like, hire the best person. If it's a woman, hire her. If she's Spanish, if she's black, hire her. Right? Like, if he happens to be a white man, hire him.
Yeah.
So,
what are your thoughts about that, Chris?
Yeah, it's the same, man. I've always disliked affirmative action. It was one of the worst things that happened to our culture of people, Handouts never helped anybody. As a matter of fact, when you give so much to somebody, they start to expect. Like you literally could be helping someone. You just out the kindness of your heart, you're giving them maybe a little money, a little food, whatever, a place to stay. And then you've done so much for them. Maybe you even helped them get back on their feet. You've done so much for them. And then they come and they ask you again. Like it'll never stop. And eventually you say no. And now they don't even like you anymore. Yeah. Like they hate you because your relationship was predicated on you giving and doing for them. People have to learn to do for themselves. So affirmative action, die, all that stuff, I'm not for any of that crap. Like, that's just stupid. It's not even capitalism. I mean, we're supposed to be in a capitalistic society. That's not capitalism. What is that?
We're slowly moving into a communistic society.
So, and then like you mentioned, from the standpoint of a business, like, do you not care about your customers? Probably not. Probably not. Quality control. So I'm assuming some of the diversity hires were quality people as well, because I'm like, no, that's quality control's fault. Like, bro, I used to work on the airfield. Okay, I didn't work on the planes or anything, but I know it takes 10 hours to change a tire. Like,
Wow.
On the plane?
Yeah, one tire. I know that the checks that they do on these planes just to get it up in the air, it was just in the air. They got to do a whole nother check. Like, the quality control on planes is over the top, as it should be.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Because when a plane goes down, everyone dies. It's not a car accident. It's not like you have the safety belt and the seat. The plane goes down, everybody dies. So yes, it should be held to the highest standard. Every piece of that plane should be held to the highest standard, you know?
And I'm gonna let you finish. But even like the plane that was the 737 that had the wall blown out, they said that if it had gotten higher, everyone would have
Altitude.
died. Because a lot of people
Yeah.
would have lost oxygen. It would have been a lot colder up
Oh,
there.
so it had just started taking off?
Yeah.
Oh.
So it was ascending before it got to a level where everyone would have been, dead.
Yeah, they got sucked out. There's no air. They couldn't be able to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get sucked out. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's so scary, man.
Yeah, that's really scary.
bro.
But it's crazy because, like, planes are usually very safe. You know?
are.
Like planes want to fly.
Yeah. So a lot of people think that planes fly because of the propeller and all that stuff. It's like a high and low pressure system. It's a more of a natural phenomena that causes planes to fly. So they're a lot safer than what you can even think.
Yeah, I learned that when I flew a plane. What?
Huh?
I said I learned that when I flew a plane. I was in aviation class, and like my teacher, he took us flying. It's like those smaller planes, though. Like
The crop dusters.
it's like the 2 people plane.
You flew a plane?
Yeah. Well,
Like.
I mean, I wasn't by myself.
No,
flying the plane.
I'm not saying you were.
But yeah, we went to aviation class and
It had engine.
an actual fucking plane, bruh. Like a plane.
Okay, I don't know, because shit could have been a glider.
Nah, like
It wasn't remote control.
Nah,
You sat in it.
it was in Blue Ash. We went to Blue Ash, and then they had the spot where you go and you get in there, and the teacher his name was Mr. Martin. He has a license. He has a pilot license, and he took us to the class, and he taught us about the rudders, and he taught us about all these different things, and he let us know, like, most people get afraid of planes, and he was telling us, like, planes are meant to fly. That's what they want to do, So even in situations where it may seem like it's going to go down or so, it's going to do everything within its power to stay up. But yeah, it was dope. We went over the Ohio River. It's dirty as shit. You can see the dirt.
Yeah,
from-
you can see the.
You can see the dirt from up
It's a
there.
dirty river, man.
And then so we got to a point, we got up to a point where he was like, okay, I'm going to tell you how to move this plane and what you need to do or whatever. I was like, all right, cool. And so
That nigga didn't know his life was in danger.
Right, especially driving.
see, look, why y'all immediately go to negativity?
Mel,
That nigga life was in
You
danger.
can tell by you'll when you watch this back, you will see how we both look at you at the
Yeah,
same time. when
exactly,
you
because
said
I see
this.
how y'all think of me.
No, Mel, I have experience with you.
Man,
man.
we driven
Who
with
taught you how to drive? Like
You.
Okay, so I know.
Well, yes, that's different. You know what I mean? But I was in that bad boy, and I did start going up. I was just like, he's like, hey, hold on. Point the nose down, but when you point it down, you have to put the thing up. But if you hold the thing up, it'll go. If you hold the thing down, it'll
Yeah.
go up. You know what I mean?
It's inverted.
Yeah, and so, yeah, man, I flew a plane. We was in that bad boy. It's a lot of fun. And like it was my graduating year of high school when y'all flew a plane.
Okay.
Like everyone who was in that aviation class with Dr. Martin or Mr. Martin, whatever.
That's lit.
Yeah. I mean, so I was working at White Castles back then, and then like I had my cell phone. It was one of those. It was horrible footage. I don't know if I don't have the still footage now, but I was like, yo, look. I was showing people that I was working with at White Castles. Like, I flew a plane. They gave me the same book that y'all motherfuckers got. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, you ain't fly no damn plane. I was like, hey, I flew a plane. Like, I could say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a cool
You know what I
accomplishment.
mean? So holla at your boy. Don't
So
let-
if something happens and someone's like, oh no, does anybody a pilot?
Is there a pilot?
Mel's
Mel's gonna be
gonna be like,
Like, yo, this nigga not playing fly in
Damn.
danger.
There's nothing wrong with it. We just need to land. Like, I could get us down.
I always think about that. You ever think about those situations where like you may be on a plane and that you may need to step up and be the one who lands a plane or something like that? They show those movies.
No,
Not me stepping up, but
there's such a thing as a co-pilot.
Yeah, but what if?
The chances, statistical chances of them both having heart attacks at the same time,
It's very low.
bro. Like, and it's no,
No, it's not happening.
no, it's not. It's just that's just movies.
did you know that pilots are like one of the highest jobs for like drinking on the job?
Yeah, because they have autopilot now.
Yeah.
And especially that movie with Denzel. You seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great
It was a
movie.
great movie.
They show up drunk. They be flying. They're drunk. They like even if they're not drunk, you get a couple
They got a
shots.
nice little
They just sit there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're just most of the time they're sitting
the plane
there.
flies, like Mel said, flies itself for the most part.
Yeah, they take off. They land.
I don't even know if they have to do that anymore. I don't know if they have to.
I would have. I don't know. I have no
as though
idea.
I feel as though I heard something like the systems will land for them now too. I don't know, but
Do you think they do that just for optics? Because like if a plane didn't have a pilot,
I would not want to. You mean? So welcome to the Tesla.
hey, we just go hit autopilot and everybody's like, yo, who's in the cockpit?
I mean, I would imagine just in case the autopilot messes up, there's overrides, but
computers fail.
I mean, we have it in our car. Your car can do it, and it doesn't need lane correction, right? It follows its GPS. And it goes, and then all the planes communicate, so you don't have planes running into each other. I mean, I could see that. And so the pilot is there to push buttons, and I'm sure that in certain planes they have to be able to fly because every plane won't have them. Maybe
Older planes.
But how would you feel if a woman was a pilot? Would you
don't-
feel comfortable?
It doesn't. I don't know.
Would you prefer a woman to be your pilot or a man to be your pilot?
I don't
Or are
really.
you just like whatever?
I don't really pay attention.
I didn't ask that. I didn't. Ask what you pay attention to.
Okay. You're right. All right, you're right. I think that I would prefer a man because that's what I've been accustomed to. But I'm not going to fight for that one way or the other. But I also understand that if in those in stressful situations, it could be beneficial to have a man. But I don't necessarily
Care.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to fight for it either way. Like, no, women can be pilots too. I don't care.
What do you think, Chris? You
Look,
prefer
man,
a
it's
man or
a
woman?
setup question. Obviously,
It is absolutely a setup question.
I'm not setting up.
It's
I'm just
obvious.
asking.
It's obviously going to
because
be real.
it's in line with
It had nothing.
the DEI.
Oh,
Well, here-
is it?
Yes, because they literally on a plane recently, I think maybe Southwest, it was like an inclusive thing, and they had all women doing absolutely everything. Absolutely everything.
So the pilot's a woman, the co-pilot's a woman,
And
all the
All
staff
the
are
stu-
women.
all the stewardess and staff and everyone on the plane is a woman.
I think they're called flight attendants.
Feminist,
flight-
fem airline.
Yeah.
Look, man. Do you want a female firefighter or a male fighter? Do you want a female cop to come save you or a male cop to come save? Like, come on, this is like everybody.
Shit, it depends on what she trying to save me.
Everybody knows the answer to this question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Because
men,
like gender roles are necessary in some situations.
gender roles are necessary. Men are stronger than women. We're more physical. Like, we're literally built for it. The stress of those types of jobs. There's a lot of jobs women don't do because of the stress. Physical, mental, whatever the case may be. Not to say that women are weak, because I know that's what's coming next. So what are you saying, women? No, because women have babies. No one weak can have a baby. But the point is, just the same as I don't want a man pushing out a baby. Like, just the same, I don't want a man pushing out a baby.
A man can't.
I don't want a woman to come save me from a burning building. Not to say that if there was no other option, would I say no as a woman? But
Like, nah, I'd rather burn, nigga.
but if I had the choice, like, look, it's like, okay, look, at some point, this building's gonna go up in smoke.
Right.
You get to choose who your firefighter is going to be.
I'm picking men.
It's a 200-pound, 6-foot man, or it's a 5'4", 120-pound woman.
Nah, send me the
I'm
send me
picking
the guy.
the man.
100, 10 times out of
I'm
10,
picking the
100 out
man.
of 100.
I mean, just like you typically wouldn't want, if you're going to a daycare, you wouldn't want a man watching your children.
I'm not taking my child to a daycare where men are watching the babies.
Like, I feel like those scenarios, it's like, bruh, let's look at the optics and like, let's
It's
be
obvious,
realistic.
and it shows the world. Like, no, granted, does that mean women can't be firefighters? No, I think that matter of fact, I think that they could be very beneficial, right? Because you have situations where maybe there's a situation where one of the things have fallen, a support has fallen, and they have to get through a small space. Well, having a woman there would be beneficial because she's smaller.
Right.
So I don't have an issue.
Or midget.
Okay, or we could just pick a
They're
smaller
called
woman.
little people.
No, I don't think midgets like to be called little people.
I mean, I don't know. All I know is what I've been told from people.
Just like Mexican people like to be, or Spanish people like to be called Latinx.
Latinx.
Yeah.
Or
Or Latinx, whatever the fuck.
I don't
they
know.
This
Bro,
is shit
I
that
don't-
Society says that people like to be called when the actual people who are that don't like to be called that.
I wouldn't want to be called a little person.
Yeah.
I'd rather be called a
I don't think
midget.
it's appealing.
I'd rather be called a midget.
I'd rather be a midget.
Yeah.
It's cooler.
No, I'm a midget.
You're not a little person. You're a full person.
Yeah.
Like, it's just. I
Yeah, it's
wouldn't.
like this is as full as I can get. Nigga, I'm not a little person. I'm a midget.
So are we big people? Like, I don't. I mean, if
They
they're-
walk
if they're-
around. This is a land of giants.
Right.
everywhere.
If they're little people, we gotta be big people.
Right. I just heard Elon Musk use the terminology heterophobic. A lot of people
God.
are heterophobic now.
Oh well.
I was like, I like that.
Of course you do.
I like that people are
Yeah.
because it's like Uno, reverse card.
Yeah, because they call us homophobes and they call us fat phobic and all this stuff. And it's like, oh, you're heterophobic?
Yeah.
You're fit phobic? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Like, let's stop all these stupid little words. All this, man. We gotta just move forward in life, man.
We have more in common than we do differences.
I think that's a consensus throughout human race.
But
human. We just use so many things that we don't agree
we
upon.
only focus on the divisive things, so therefore we see division. But bro, I guarantee you, a father always cares about his child.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if do I want to go to war? No. The only time I go to war is because I think I'm protecting my family. Otherwise, I'm not going to war. And if it was up to me, because there's another guy on the other side that has the same feeling. If it was up to us, we would just be like let's just
hey,
squash
man,
it. You want to have your family. I want to have my family. I don't care what you do. You don't care what I do. Just, you know what I mean?
It's the powers that be.
It's the powers
pull
that be.
strings.
All right, beautiful people. We appreciate y'all rocking out with us. Make sure you check out our Patreon. Get that exclusive behind the scenes content. Yeah, I mean?
Spicy.
Spicy like jalapenos in the afternoon after you just got finished eating a popsicle. Your tongue is hot, cold, but it's ready. You
What
dig?
the hell?
You know what I mean? And make sure you subscribe to the channel, of course. Check us out on Spotify. You know what I mean? Y'all already here with us on YouTube and all that. So we appreciate y'all rocking out with us. And I didn't get to thank y'all last week just because it was 100, and you know what I mean? But we appreciate y'all for always tuning in and viewing the channel and putting your comments and giving us your input. Without y'all, we wouldn't have continued doing this, you know what I mean? But yeah, just giving an extended thank you to everyone who rock out with us, man. We appreciate y'all, but we will see you beautiful people next time. All right? I am Animated Mel. Chris James, Stephen Michael. Holla!